Good morning. Welcome everybody to another session of our HikLeague. My name is Kevin, as per usual. Thank you for my guests for at least, I've got some people here as well. So thank you very much for joining. Really appreciate it. So today we're going to focus a little bit about CCTV, focusing about all the new technology and what's available. So I'm very excited, very happy about this. There's a lot of new changes and there's even more coming. I'm not allowed to say that, but it is on its way. So for this, we're going to focus on normal CCTV. So starting off, first of all, we're going to guide you guys a little bit through the analog side from the TurboHD, as well as the EasyIP, and then a little bit more additional promotion, going into some details there. So part of the analog side, obviously, a lot of you might be familiar with the TurboHD. So in the TurboHD, we got some new features. So in our first chapter, we would like to discuss about the TurboHD 8.0. So in this new functionality, we've got quite a new different way of looking at the cameras and how we can hear the cameras and communicate with the cameras. So color view with two-way audio. So that's a very big deal. Two-way audio on the color view camera on analog through a BNC or balance, whichever you prefer. Doesn't matter, potato. Some people say, no, balances are better. Other people say, no, BNCs are better. It's up to you. There's actually no real big difference. From a business aspect, obviously, for me, balance would be better. But moving forward, I'm not going to tell you on my side. But when it comes to the dual lens for panoramic view gives us that 180 field of view. Very nice. And we're going to have a look at that as well. So let's have a look at the next feature. So first of all, TurboHD 8.0, new features, new communication, supplement lights built in there, super confocal lenses, and etc. So there's a lot of features in this. So two different categories from the smart hybrid light with the two-way audio, two different categories. I just want to get my laser out here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Is this the biggest the laser can go? Can you see the laser there? Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. And I don't know if anybody have noticed, I'm a man. I am a man. There we go. Laser is working. I'm definitely not female. So women can multitask, men can't. So anyway, so when it comes to the two different categories, color view, obviously with that smart hybrid light and the two-way communication, a very effective way of communicating. And then obviously with the smart hybrid light as well. So giving you two-way communication on the cameras itself. Two other categories that we can focus on, 4K, and I'm going to hammer a little bit about that 4K resolution. There's quite a bit of information in there, as well as the color view cameras. In those color view cameras, it's very pretty. There's different lux and different F count that we need to consider, but we'll go into those categories and separate them a little bit more. In this category, having the color view camera with a two-way communication, we focus on the super aperture, right? In the super aperture, it's just the opening. So if you have a look here, in the past used to be f2.0. If you do photography, you'll know about the opening, allowing more light to go into it. So this gives us the capability of allowing more light to go in to be able to see a brighter image and when there's darkness at nighttime. So this gives us that technology. We're using that F count with that super aperture. When we expanded even further up to 4 times on the f1.0. So the better the aperture, the better the quality of image will be when there's a little bit less light in that environment. So higher sensitivity, better quality, etc. My apologies for this display going on and off. I have no idea why that's not doing that, but anyway, moving forward. Then we have other communications. So in those communications with the two-way audio, we have different warnings. So in those warnings, it allows us to warn off an intruder. So I'm just going to double check and make sure that my sound is enabled here. So it looks like it is enabled. Let's hope it is working. I don't know. Welcome. So that's the first one. Welcome. Then that's a nice one. And a warning. Okay. And then obviously Right, so very straightforward. If you are not familiar with this on analog, please open up your analog camera. I don't have one here now. So I did have a suitcase here like this one, but my analog suitcase has been borrowed, so my apologies. So all you need to know is open up that channel of that camera, right? You want to go into that UTC for the OSD menu. The OSD menu allows you to change these configurations on analog camera. Remember, on an analog camera, you can't just type in an IP address and log into it. It's analog, so it doesn't have that capability. You can log into the DVR, but not into the camera. So this gives us the capability of using that UTC to communicate with it, to log into it. How do we log into it? Well, very simple. Open up the camera. I just want to get my laser out here again. Open up the camera. And then you open up the PTZ controller. Even though the camera doesn't have PTZ configuration or motions or moving or pan or tilt, doesn't matter. Just open up the PTZ. Once you open it up, go to your preset 95. Once you select 95 and you double click on it, it will open up this menu. So once you select that menu, this allows you to use the PTZ controller, the up, down, left, right. And then if you want to use the enter, it is, I think it's the image. No, it is it's one of the icons on the right-hand side. I'm trying to remember what you call it, the right word for it. But anyway, so you can obviously Google this. You can go into that UTC, then you have the menu. You can go to that configuration of the perimeter settings. In that perimeter settings, there's alarm sounds and stuff. You can go into it and you can change the sound according to what you prefer. So this gives you a very nice comfortability, right? Then here comes the trick, right? So obviously a lot of you have seen these different megapixel cameras and people don't always understand the resolutions versus the megapixels. So resolutions will give you the size of the image that you are viewing. But pixels are very key when it comes to detail. So here we have 1080p, which some of you might know is a 2 megapixel camera, 1080p. Maybe I should ask a question. Who knows how many megapixels is a 720p? 1.3 to be exact. But anyway, close enough. 2 brownie points though. I'm trying to get brownie points by shade here. But anyway, so when it comes to the 3K, obviously, again, the resolutions are very important. That is a 5 megapixel camera. And then we have obviously 4K resolution, which is 8 megapixels. 8 megapixels, right, is 4K. Your TV is also 8 megapixels in resolution. It's 4K, but the pixels itself is only up to 8 megapixels. But just imagine, for entertainment purposes, right, not facts, let's imagine I have a micropixel. So if I have a micropixel, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks inside that micropixel. So that gives me detail. The more blocks, the more pictures, the more colors, the more detail I have. So let's take that first little block and slice it into 4, and we put it over here. So now we have more little blocks. And if we take that same little block and slice it again, we have even more blocks. This is what gives us detailed information, the megapixels, right? So it's very important, not just the resolution, the size of it, but the megapixels itself, right? Moving forward. So this is nice to be able to use these type of sound in different environments. You can use it for security. You can use it like me. Not the analogs, the IPs. You can add your own sound, so your own recording, so you can put your own message. So if you're in Cape Town, you can go "Futsak," you know, right? And the person will run away. Or if you're like me, you take one of those sound clips where the dog starts attacking you, and you put it on. So when your mother-in-law comes to visit and she rings the doorbell, bro, you know, it's funny. Anyway, and two-way communication, but there's other ways that we can make use of it. Like you heard in the first message, it says welcome. So this is something that a lot of people don't use. Even though it's a security camera, it can do multiple things. So during the daytime, you can use it as a welcome message. So as soon as somebody crosses the line or enters into that area, you can welcome them to your shop. And you can say you have a special on bread, as an example, and probably bread and beer, but it doesn't matter. We're not German, but you get where we're going. And in the evening times, when you lock up, let's say after 5, then the line or that area becomes a security area. So it won't welcome the person. It will just go into alarm. So there's multiple ways that we can make use of it. So I use mine on a daily basis with my kids at home, teenagers. I can communicate with them because they do that thing on WhatsApp that they call ignore your parents. You know, that blue tick one. So use that itself. It really helps. Moving forward, there's a lot of features inside this. From the noise reduction AI that's built in to be able to assist you, as much as the echo reduction, the noise cancellation, all these wonderful features are built in. The quality has really changed, right? But also other features. You have the red and blue light flashing. Here we have a little video just to show you how that looks. And I apologize if the video gets stuck. It is a PPT. Some of you might be familiar, but you can go to, I don't know, on YouTube if the link is there to download it, but you can also get the notification. But it is there. Let's have a look. Get the notification on your phone. And there you can see the picture and you can do the playback. And from there, you can have the two-way communication and you can shout at the person, go away. What are you doing there? Nice little feature. All right. So moving forward, that's in analog, right? So two-way communication. These cameras are designed with low light in mind. So we focus on not just the 4K resolution as 8 megapixels, but also the lux feature. So 0.01 lux with the F count. So it depends on the models that you're going for. This is just a normal with a smart hybrid light, meaning that the light comes on because there's not enough light in the environment. If you have spotlights, there's most probably the supplement light won't come on, but there's ways that you can set it. You still have the two-way communication, and you still have other models with the X in it, that one, that has the strobe light and that audible warning with the red and blue lights flashing. So a very nice little feature. And then obviously the color view cameras that are at 0.0005 lux with an F count of 1.0, 24/7 colors, different IR radius itself because it still uses that smart hybrid light features, which means that when it comes to low environment areas, it will be black and white. If there's any human or vehicle, it will go into color. And if there's not enough light, the supplement light will come on. And again, same story with the two-way communication, the 3D DNR for enable to make sure that the shapes and everything at nighttime is much better. So there's a lot of features in here that can be used. There are different models and kits that you can get. So with a two-way communication, make sure that you have the right DVR to give you that capability. Also make sure that you have the right camera family to be able to. Please look at the release date on the cameras. If you're not familiar with that, you can go onto the box. It will also show you what the date is. You can also go onto the configuration of the NVR and make sure what the date is on the NVR for that capabilities. Right. So moving forward, then we have the dual lens in the analog. Yes, dual lens with all those other nice little features from the color view. So there are two different models. There are different shapes as well that you can choose from. This taking two cameras, stitching them together, giving you a nice wide 180 field of view, which is just amazing, right? This gives you more clarity itself compared to your normal conventional CCTV cameras. So for wide environments, city environments, I know where this is, that's our headquarters place. Moving forward, and there's multiple other ways that you can consider this. Please take note when we are using this and we are applying this, we need to focus on the rules. The rules are stating the installation height and the distance for detection, whether it's human or vehicle. So there are rules to apply for this. So when it comes to these models, please make sure that you have the right model when it comes to the 180 field of view in analog, but also make sure that you have the new version. If you do have an older version machine, make sure you have the updated version of that, right? And note that you can upgrade the firmware of these models, not on the analog cameras, only on the DVR. Right, and then we get into the IP side. In the IP side itself, there are a few things that we need to discuss. Starting off, first of all, with color view. With the EasyIP 4.0, So this gives us the capability of using ColorView 3.0 with enhanced features in it. So what are those features? Those features are obviously multiple different things, from ColorView all the way to AccuSense 3.0, which is a pro, algorithm itself. And then motion detection 2.0, not 1.0. 1.0 will be red blocks, 2.0 will be green blocks. Then we have audio 2.0, giving you that two-way audio and that warning to make that sound or warn the person not to be there, right? So there's a lot of new features in this. So ColorView, that noise reduction, enhance the colors at nighttime, the anti-corrosion powder-coated paint that's on these devices. We recommend you do not install this with like 2 kilometers to the ocean. Try and be 2 kilometers away from the ocean. And people ask me why. I said, have you ever walked on the beach when the wind is blowing in Cape Town? It's like you're getting sandblasted. What do you want me to do? It's powder coated, So anyway, moving forward. So AI WDR. So with the AI, it understands the environment, it understands the lighting environment, and it readjusts the WDR for that backlight, strong backlight environment. The F count, the super large aperture, eco-friendly packaging. So I'm sure some of you have seen the packaging itself. We have changed. It's now eco-friendly packaging. It's not plastic. It's made with sugarcane and corn. So it's degradable. So it's environmental friendly. The paint that we're using on the boxes is no longer oil paint. It's a plant-based ink. It's not oil. So saving the planet. Big vision. One step at a time. Moving forward, the dual mic in 2.0. This means that you have two little dots in front of the lens area for microphones. There's a reason why there's two, right? And I'll get to that. The smart PA communication, the lifeguard, as we saw the flashing lights, two-way communication, yeah, AccuSense 3.0, upgrade features. We'll get into that. Very nice little features. Moving forward in ColorView, you can see the difference at nighttime. So this is the ColorView itself, showing you that there are multiple different features. The ISP is our image signal processing chipsets that's on our sensors, and that works in partnership with the AI chip that we've also added now onto these cameras, giving us better analytics, more accuracy, less false alarms, and better pictures at nighttime. So just to show you a conventional camera with low light environment. And I know that sometimes you can say that my phone can also take pictures, but your phone will take a picture. It will zoom in, out, go bright, dark, and then you have a picture. You don't want that to happen when the intruder is walking past, isn't it? Because if the intruder, you walk past, he's gone. And then what did you see? A blur, nothing. So these cameras are designed to give you quick imaging. So the normal conventional cameras with ColorView 2.0, it was nice. But now with 3.0, kaboom. Big difference, right? But anyway, moving forward. WDR. So letting you know that the AI WDR, there's multiple different features. So showing you that obviously with it off, with 2.0, it was good. But now with 3.0, it's way better. Even if you digitally zoom in, not optical zoom, digital zoom. If you zoom in, you can see the detail changes. Even if that's during the daytime or nighttime, whether you basically go switch it on or off, you can see immediately the big differences between the different capabilities of WDR. So very nice features, amazing technology overnight, right? And then in the AccuSense, yes, AccuSense 1.0 was focused on the VCA. VCA meaning we would do a playback, draw a line and focus on that. With AccuSense 2.0 was a combination with motion detection 2.0 and VCA, focusing on the human and vehicle. And if you didn't heard about this, and I'm trying to push everybody to learn about this, if you draw any lines, and if you're not familiar with that, lines, let's just zoom in. If you have any intrusion blocks or lines, please make sure that you make them human and vehicle. This is South Africa. Even if you say, but there can't be any vehicles here, only humans, put for vehicles as well, because polos, they fly. Okay, keep that in mind, always. Right, I'm trying to get the people to realize the differences. Not just that with that upgrade features, we also have other things in it. So reducing false alarms. When there was a stationary vehicle for a time period, it will also go into alarm, giving you false alarms, which is not accurate for vehicle detection. So if the vehicle is there, we know it's there, it's been there for a while, don't give me an alarm, that kind of scenario. And then AccuSearch. So in AccuSearch, it's a very nice feature in the modern NVRs and cameras. This allows you to draw a block around a human being, and you can say to the AccuSearch, search on any of the cameras from this time to that time, where have you seen Jade with a teddy bear? I don't think that is Jade, but it looks almost like Jade. She's got the same jacket, but don't tell her that I know that. Anyway, so it gives you that capability, and you can see everywhere where that person has been. Right, moving on from there, right? Deep learning algorithm, yes, big changes. Right, so upgrade algorithm for those vehicles to reduce your false alarm. So if the vehicle is not standing there, as I mentioned, as well as the AccuSearch, amazing features in there. And then we get into that audio, like I said. In the audio 2.0, come on, there we go. There are differences in that audio itself. So that gives you the capability of listening to the conversation through your app. So in the past, there was no audio. Then we had audio 1.0, which gives you the two-way audio, that live. But now we have that cloud capability as well. So this gives you that dual microphone, reducing the person's noise, the ambient noise, the echo reduction, etc. Instead of just the 5 meters, up to 10 meters in a noisy environment. So this is way more advanced, much better than what it was previously. There are big differences in that. So in that capability of the dual mic itself, I just want you to listen to a single mic. Okay, so let me just click here. Not that great, eh? You can still hear noisy, yeah, because of the background noise. All right. So that is now with a single mic. Let's listen to this new technology with a dual mic. So when it comes to these microphones, they're not designed to do an interview with somebody. It's not that kind of microphone. Neither can you use a camera with this microphone to enter into the competition of idols. You're not going to make it. So it's designed for a noisy, busy environment. You can still hear the noise in the background, but you can hear the voices in the conversation about what they're talking about. So if you need to investigate something, maybe it's for business. And we actually have clients right now that have NAS servers, NAS devices where they store all the recordings from the conversations at their counter area, up to 2 years. So when you go and you sign that contract and you got the pen here, so are you sure you're happy with this? Yeah, no, I agree. And you sign. You can't get out of that because now there's a video recording and an audio recording and there's documents for it. So, which makes it even better. Okay, moving forward. Multiple new cameras. So have a look at them. Yes, they are made in black, not because this is South Africa, but there are different colors. No, we are not making red ones. Yet we do have red ones. People don't know that we have red cameras. So we got HikFire. It's a different department. So there's red cameras there if you really want to. They're a little bit more expensive, but letting you know that there are multiple different 4 megapixels and 8 megapixels, different shapes. If you are using indoor cameras, please use the domes. If you are using cameras outdoor or any walkway or outside environment, please don't use domes. Use a turret, use a bullet. Don't use a dome. Please stop it. It's not funny anymore. Moving forward. So as I mentioned, Motion 2.0, and then we also have additional features. The PTRZ, the R is just there. It just appeared. Anyway, so what does it do? Well, very simple. During the daytime, Nighttime, everything works as per usual. The only difference is we're saving you a little bit more cost. Installation is much easier, and also configuration. Reason why we say that, if you take a dome and you open it up, and I'm going to jump between the 2 pages now for a second. This is how normally the conventional way would be. When you install it, now you have to put in the brackets. Then you have to hook on the camera. And because you have to open up the lens, you're touching the camera. So if you not know this or whatsoever, but when you, especially here where we've got carpets here, by the way. So if you go and you swipe your feet across the carpet and you put your fingers together, you got static. You build up static. So there's a possibility, because you're touching the PC board and you're touching the camera, that your body static can damage the camera, right? So that's the first part of it. Second part of it, sometimes people have seen dust inside these domes because they install them outside. Why is there dust? It's not dust, it's corrosion. It's because you open it up and it's a sealed unit and you closed it in a closed environment. It's the same as if you take a Coke bottle, I'm not advertising Coke, but an empty Coke bottle, and you drain it completely, right? And you put 1 drop of water and you seal it and you throw it outside in the grass. What happens to it? Condensation, right? So this is normal science, normal, school stuff. So when it comes to these devices, we're saving you not touching. We're saving you on the repair side, right? So this is the reason why we've generated and built this up. With a new model, saving you a lot more time, just mount your bracket, clip in your camera, close it, and then go to the PTZ functions of the PTRZ. So just because it says PTRZ does not mean that it's a PTZ. It means that it will slowly move into position. It's not a PTZ that can move, all right? So it's not designed for that. It's designed for the installer not to touch the inside of a dome. Okay, moving forward. Just to show you how the wiring looks like inside, you have still your green plugs and they are sealed, watertight, right? IP rated. You will still have your normal plug, but we've bended the cable conveyor to the normal plug section. So for some of you that want to see a bit more detail of that, just to show you a picture how that looks like inside, you still have your power. Then you have, I think it's alarm. I can't see on this display so nicely. And then the other one, I think it's audio normally. So those are the conventional options itself that can be used. Right, moving on from there. So different models, different capabilities, ones with AccuSense and powered by Darkfighter with all the amazing features and the 2U to have the 2 dual microphone in there with the flashing lights included. So it depends on the model that you have. And also the AccuSense with color view with smart hybrid light. So giving you that feature. It also will have the new technology on the camera, that special ring. It's like a little filter to block out outside light, to not have that glare or reflection from the IRs itself. All right, letting you know on that one. What else is there that was important? New features. Okay, promotions. Let's go into it. Well, this is pretty cool. Ultra HD on sale, right? 3K resolution cameras, kits, different NVRs, all these little features. Amazing. So for some of you that didn't know, these color view analog cameras, you'll find that there are different lines. You get one that's silver, bottom, gold, that's just above it, and then the colorful line. It's like a colorful line. Can you see on the camera? These people can see on the camera. A colorful line. So there's different stages. That means that the lux is very low on this one, like 0.1 or 0.5 lux. This one is like 0.001 or 0.003 or 0.005. And this one is like 0.00005 lux. Better. So it means I don't need to provide light in that area. Then you also have the one with the PIR built in, which is amazing. I've got it in my test suitcase and it just arrived back now. I saw it came back in, so that's helpful. And then what else is there? Obviously, the 4K sale. So please take note of the promotion date. please speak to your Hikvision representative wherever you are purchasing from our indies, and you can see all the nice little features with all the new AccuSense features. So please go have a look at that. And then the last page, very importantly, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for staying tuned. We will have even more coming. We're trying to give you guys more information. If you need to know more, please download the Hik Partner Pro app. If you're unfamiliar with that, I want to share that quickly with 2 seconds before I get cut off here.